Good day, God bless you. Welcome back, guys. My name is Zach, and this is Self Mastery, episode number 75 in the Self Mastery series. And today is the last day, my fourth day of eating. So I fasted 4 days, and then I ate 4 days, and now I fasted 4 more days, and I've eaten 4 more days. And I am learning so much, and I'm coming along so well. I really feel the strength building up and the learning and the education and the habits, and something that was really sticking with me today. Well, let me cover the last 4 days real quick. I made some other videos, but I didn't really cap out exactly what I'm doing. But so just working out wise, the diet bet apps and the Way Better apps and the drink water bet and the get my steps in every day bet and the weight loss bet, it just really has me focused on what I'm doing. My habits, hobbies, and activities. What do I do every day? And so them habits are just get those miles in and get those runs in and get those weightlifting in. Even, like say I have a bet to drink water every day, and I got to post a video or a picture of myself drinking water. Well, it's just a healthy habit that reminds me to have healthy habits. And then, then all of a sudden it's a sunny day out and I busted out and walked 5.5 miles yesterday. Just a nice hike around town. And I did it with no headphones. I didn't bring my phone. I didn't bring any earbuds. I just walked around at a pretty good pretty good walking pace of I think maybe average 17-minute mile, which is 3.2 or 3 miles an hour, something like that. So it's just decent walking pace. And so my 4 days off, I walked 3.5 miles the first day. I jogged a 2-mile jog the second day. Lifted weights both those days, just light. Third day was yesterday. I walked 5.5 miles. I did not lift weights. And then today I just walked 3 miles. But today it was a little different. I was just cleaning and organizing and selling things on Marketplace. And just reducing my life down to just its simplest form. Something I've been thinking about today. I heard it a week ago. Well, I've heard it years ago, but it popped right back up in my life again, and I've been sticking with it. It's eat to live, not the other way around. So I've really been trying to clean my diet up. I have been cleaning my diet up. And I'm not saying I'm going keto or anything, but I'm really, when I eat super low carb for breakfast, these last few days, if I ate breakfast, I had 2 or 3 fried eggs, fried in butter, and a avocado. And that keeps you so not hungry. What makes you hungry is your hormones, your insulin and your blood, the ghrelin and the peptid YY and all these different hormones flowing through your body. What makes you full, what makes you hungry. It's not so much the volume of the food you eat. You can eat tons and tons of sugary food and you're going to be hungry. It actually makes you want to eat more. Where eggs fried in butter and avocado do not at all make you hungry. I ate breakfast yesterday early. For me, early, before 8 a.m. And I wasn't hungry again until 10 hours later. And that was including going for a 5.5-mile walk for lunch. It didn't even drive this, if you work out more, you eat more. Well, that might be true. That might be a phenomenon where, the more that a lot of people don't even believe in running to lose weight, which is ridiculous. Of course you're going to lose weight by running if you don't overeat afterwards. Don't call the running the bad part. It was the overeating after that was the bad part. So just get that under control. So anyway, staying busy. Well, for one, eating the very low carb. So you just don't feel hungry physically. So then you just have to overcome that emotional and stress eating. For me, I've always called it emotional eating, but I think it's a lot of stress eating too, where it's just a relief. And I'm learning things about your microbiome in your gut, that the bacteria in your gut that eat sugar really send signals to your body to eat sugar because they want to eat more of it. Anyway, so not eating too much sugar just I feel so much better. When I'm jogging, I feel better. When I'm working out, I sleep. Oh my God, I haven't slept so good at this 4 days. Just slept amazing. So there's a saying in the Philippines I really love. I learned it last year. It's simple life, happy life. And I've talked about cutting calories, but the more I've cut the junk out of my life, the shit you just got stored in boxes that you never even opened the box, much less need what's inside of it. Like, throw the shit away, sell it. Like selling things, like, oh, I wish I'd have had my wallet right here. Like, I made several $100s today, just 2, 3, 50, 4, maybe like $400. And it's just stuff you had around. Maybe, it could have been worth more than that. Who cares? I'm reducing my life for my own, for my mental gain, not just for my financial gain. But then having a little jingle in your pocket isn't bad either. So just trying as best I can to stay away from the stress eating, the emotional eating. And I really, the more you practice, you're going to get better at it. Like I said, nobody gets off the couch and just goes and runs a marathon. You have to go, download that Couch to 5K app. So when you go on that first run, on that Couch to 5K app, which it might not even be a run, it might be a walk, but let's just say, usually though, it'll tell you to jog for like 1 minute. Well, that was failing to run a marathon, right? But nobody thinks of it that way, right? So quit thinking of it that way when you try to diet and you try to improve your nutrition and you've come up short of the marathon, the perfect diet. Because you're going to. That's training. That's how you get there. And this is how I'm feeling, man. I just stayed busy from 6 a.m. this morning all the way until just now, before I made this video, maybe 30 minutes ago. So it's like 8:45 p.m. right now. So for a 12, 13, 14-hour day, I have been on my feet, just moving things, delivering things, hauling things out to the curb and loading up people's car with stuff. And just, I could name all the things I was doing. It's irrelevant. It's just that I was staying busy, and it's something enjoyable and pleasurable when you see the junk dwindling away. I'm in this little room. I'm not gonna do it right now. But I'm gonna pan around, and I will challenge any American that, unless you're homeless, that you own less personal possessions than me. It would be hard pressed. I got 6 big bins right there, a couple bins of clothes, some luggage. I got a couple little bookshelves with some books and games and knickknacks, and a couple drawers there with some stuff, and then a closet with some mostly survival gear, like a laptop, a printer. This is it. This is everything I own. It is in this room except for my car, and I love it. I don't even have a bed. It's amazing, guys. So, just getting life down to its simplest form and getting the diet down to its simplest form. And so what I was doing today, and I tried mushroom coffee, which I didn't realize. I thought it was like some, mushroom blend, which it is. It's just basically in instant coffee. So the last 2 or 3 days, what day is it today? So maybe it's been 3 days where I had this mushroom coffee, and I could really feel it affecting my gut, just rumbling and noises and stuff going on, changing the flora and whatever all the names of the bacteria in your gut are. But so I can tell it had some effect, and it really had me jacked up, amped each morning. I don't know if I'm going to keep using it, but I believe in the benefits of the mushroom powder, but I'm wondering if I can find it not in instant coffee and then just add it to my black tea, because I would rather have black tea than instant coffee with my powdered mushrooms, 10 mushroom blend. But anyway, that was something I tried lately, and that was awesome. And then, so that really, and I've known this with coffee, it just suppresses your appetite so crazy. The caffeine in coffee it's different than the caffeine in tea. For example, black coffee dehydrates you, black tea hydrates you. So there's differences, okay? It's not just the caffeine. There's different kinds. And anyway, the caffeine in black coffee, and this was instant coffee, super dark though and strong, Um, just had me wired in a good feeling way. I don't like that jittery feeling, but in a good, decent, full of energy way, and just very little hungry. So when you stay busy, then you don't eat out of emotion, out of stress, or just out of habit. Then you eat when you're hungry, and I'm really feeling it. It's like, okay, I didn't eat anything all day as my day was going on. I didn't make breakfast today. No, I didn't make breakfast today. I just had some coffee. And then when I got hungry, I was just busy, 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 busy. Oh, you're hungry. Then I kind of stayed busy, stay busy. It's like, oh, you're hungry. Stayed busy, stay busy. Yeah, man, you're really hungry. I threw a little thin sliced ribeye in the air fryer, and 7 minutes later, woofed it down and got right back to work. Wasn't enough food to drag me down or make me feel all lethargic. It was just a little bit of meat, some healthy fat in the, animal meat, animal protein, and animal fat, and boom, right? Just kept me going. No crash, no insulin spike, no sugar spike, no hormone spike, no up and down with the hormones controlling your hunger. And man, it makes me think, if your body has two energy sources in it, if it has sugar in the form of carbohydrates in the bloodstream, and it has body fat and fat flowing throughout the bloodstream, but mostly it's the fat is stored in your fat cells and the sugar is stored in your muscles and your liver, and then some in your bloodstream is constantly flowing. If there's sugar available, your body will burn the sugar before it burns the fat. Now, do you think your body doesn't know what to do? Your body doesn't know that it wants to get the sugar out of your body first, right? It's just never hit me like this until today. I was like, my body knows to burn up the sugar first because it's not good. It's not as good. I mean, bears, which is that how berries got their name? Berries? Berries? Bears eat berries in the fall. Why? To gain weight so that they can survive the winter. And it's like they eat all these berries, get all fat, and go into hibernation. It's like, do they eat the berries because they're going to go into hibernation, or do they go into hibernation because they ate all the berries? And anyway, in nature, berries, fruit, sweet things, natural foods with fructose in them are used to gain body fat. So that tells me if I don't want to gain body fat, then maybe don't consume fructose, at least until I don't have an excess amount of body fat. So I'm leaning that way again. I think wherever you're at is an important step. Like, well, that's not the way that you're gonna, whatever you're doing, that's not the way you're gonna get final victory. It's like, well, this is the step I'm on towards final victory. So whatever step you're on, whatever you believe, because tomorrow, you could be shaken by the wind in like a weed in the wind, and discover something new. And I'm always open to new information and new research and new studies, and then mostly just with my own results. And what I'm noticing lately is a small meal of meat does nothing to my hunger except make it go away. So far, and I've done this a few times now, maybe for the last 2 or 3 weeks, paying attention to, and I buy these thin cut ribeye steaks at Sam's Club because you don't always want to eat a freaking 18 ounce. They got the huge cut ones, or they got these little thin slice ones. Like they're probably only 3 or 4 ounces each, but then you can get a huge pack of them where you got like 15 or 20 of them in a pack. Not 20, but 12 or 15 of them in a pack. And it's just a quick, literally the air fryer, 7 minutes. They're like well done. Like you don't even need like 6 minutes. You're woofing this thing down. And it's quite a few hundred calories, let's say. Let's just say 300 or 400 calories. You could eat 2 of them a bunch of times, in the last 4 days. I ate 2 of them. A couple times I just ate 1 of them with some sauteed mushrooms, fresh, big, whole mushrooms chopped up, sauteed in butter, air fryer the steak, and then eat those together. And it's just a great, satisfying, just whole, satisfying meal. And as long as you don't overeat it, you don't have and you don't have a desire to overeat it. Like I never have eaten a ribeye steak and like, oh man, I could really go for another one ever in my life. Like You don't even think of this stuff, where you could eat a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies and for sure desire the second sleeve. Now you just ate more calories in that first sleeve than the whole ribeye steak, whole big ribeye steak. And then you ate the second sleeve, another whole ribeye steak, and then your hormones are, your insulin spiked so high that it made your blood sugar crash low to like below 80 or 70, wherever your base is. And then that signals the hormone to be hungry again, the ghrelin. So it's like, it seems to make sense to me. If especially if you've ever been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes, I'm not talking about. That's totally different. I am not your guy for type 1 diabetes. I'm aware of what you should do, but I just don't want to say, because I don't have it, and it's a far more dangerous situation. That means your pancreas is not functioning and you don't make insulin. Type 2 diabetics is the opposite. Our pancreas is functioning at 20 and 30 times more insulin than it's supposed to be making. And because we become so insulin resistant. But really, insulin resistance is not the problem. Like, you don't check for insulin resistance when you check for diabetes. It might be an issue in the body, yes, but the bottom line is when you fast for 12 hours and you go into your appointment in the morning and your blood sugar is over 125, that means you have diabetes. Like, blood sugar 125, not insulin resistance level or whatever. You could have your insulin tested, and doctors don't even do it. Because if your doctors would have been testing, let's say if my doctors would have been testing my insulin every 6 months or every 12 months whenever I went to my checkups, because back then I did. The last 10 years, 8 years, I haven't went to the doctor hardly at all, because I have very little trust and faith in them. But I used to go every 6 month appointment, and I never had diabetes. Never had elevated A1C or elevated blood sugar. But what I would have had, if they would have tested it, is I would have had elevated insulin. It's just that my pancreas learned how to make more and more insulin to ram all that sugar into my muscles and into my liver and out of my bloodstream, until eventually your body breaks down and says, okay, that's enough. We're going to stop letting it force it in there. And it's going to stay in your blood and even come back out and spill in. It's like fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, where that's where you get that beer belly. It's not healthy. And so that's kind of the negative motivation. Like that's the story behind the will to win. So let's get back on healthy habits, healthy hobbies, healthy activities, financially wise. When you make smart financial decisions, you feel good. You feel good, you want to go work out. You work out, you sleep great. You sleep great, you wake up feeling good. You wake up feeling good, you want to work out. You want to work out, it makes you, you make another wise financial decision. You're not going to go to the gym tomorrow and notice a difference. You're not going to eat right tomorrow and notice a difference. You're going to go to the gym every day, or let's just say you work out 4 or 5 days a week like me. You're not going to notice any difference in a week. Very little to no difference in a month. You might personally notice some differences in 6-8 weeks, but most people that your coworkers are not going to notice much. You've lost 10, 12 pounds when you're 250 pounds to begin with. They're not going to notice, you're getting stronger, and you're getting your blood sugars under control, and you've done some fasting, and you've done some low carb, and your hormones are balancing out. And it takes time. Do you need to hit the gym 100 times to be fit? Or is it 500? Or is it 1,000? Or is it just, who cares what the number is? I have to just do it always. And I use gym, but you could never go to the gym in your life and be totally healthy. I just mean be active, be moving, don't just, they've done studies on like high school and college athlete, like elite, ripped, fit boys, like, the star quarterback in the senior football, and put them on a regimen where they just lay in a cot in a bed. And it takes very little time before their body completely breaks down and they can't even walk. And I don't want to say how many days or weeks it is, but it's less than you think. It's not like it takes a year of your body not moving to just be all discombobulated. So we're meant to move. We're meant to get up. and be active. And when you stay active, your body knows to not, you can't eat in the middle of hunting. You can't eat in the middle of, building shelter for survival for your wife and kids. You have to be focused on what you're doing, and your body can't afford you to lose that focus to eat when you don't need to. Now, when you do need to, your body will say, okay, you're busting ass, hunter gatherer, fisher, trapper, home builder, whatever. And the women did all their work too. I'm not saying men did anything more. Women probably did more in the history of keeping human beings alive than men did, or at least a useful partnership, to say the least. So then your body tells you, okay, it's more important now to eat. Like you're going too long, you're going too hard, you're using too much fuel. If we maintain this pace, we're gonna die. So now it's important to stop, and I'm gonna send signals to your body to, 1, drink water, 2, balance your electrolytes, which, if you don't know, like all animals in nature find a way to get salt. You ever see like those goats on the side of those dams? Like they're at like a damn 89-degree angle hill to get up on the ledge of this damn hill, mountain, whatever it is, because there's minerals in the rocks and they're up there licking them. And deer, I mean, everybody knows about like a salt lick that you can put out for deer, but also they find them in nature. They know how to find the rocks to lick to get the sodium. So you need water, you need sodium. And I mean, they've done DNA and bone marrow scans on human remains back thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of years. And it has been determined without any debate that they lived on meat. They lived on meat the majority of human history. There's civilizations even up until modern times that eat almost exclusively animal protein and fat. Like Inuits and Eskimos, for example, they eat, up until recently, just almost 100% of their diet is seal meat and fat, and healthy, long-living people. So anyway, don't mean to get too sidetracked on the vegetarians. I love you guys. Stick with me. If you can lose weight being a vegetarian, man, more power to you. Let's just keep doing our homework. And if you're feeling great every day and you're not sensing if you do some research, even the top vegans and vegetarians know that, you need to supplement because you're missing things from your diet. Where, the carnivore, there's a YouTube video. I just watched one today, but there's all kinds of them, people eating the carnivore diet for 50, 60 years, only eating carnivore. And this woman I saw today, she was 83. I'm 52, and she looked significantly younger than me, and I am not exaggerating at all. Man, I should have put a clip in this video. Maybe I will if I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to edit this video tonight, but I'm leaning that way, guys, and I'm just wanting to let you know ahead of time, because it might be something I really get into, is just really starting to cut down the carbs as much as I can. I love my vegetables. I love the fruit. I try to eat less and less fruit because it's more sugary, because I can't stop. If I eat raw broccoli, I can quit immediately. If I eat raw baby carrots, which I do like, but if you eat them raw, like cooking them and putting salt and butter on them, I can eat 75 baby carrots. Raw, I cannot eat no 75 baby carrots. You eat 10 and you're like full. You're just so full of fiber, you don't even want to swallow another bite. That may be a good thing. That might not be a good thing at all. I don't know. There's definitely research and studies suggesting both ways. Good for you, not good for you at all. So, anywho, that's where I'm at. Tomorrow starts. Tomorrow I'm back to work, so I'm already done eating for the day. That was about an hour ago, so 8 p.m. Let's just make a note, 8 p.m. So every day this week, I'll be for 24 hours. Will be at 8 p.m. tomorrow, and that'll be probably close when I'm making my video tomorrow too. So I'll be 24 hours into the fast. I'm considering possibly fasting longer than 96 hours this week, and it's related to the weight loss bet. I know I have the first one in the bag. I'm already 100% past that one. So I'll fast for these 4 days and I'll weigh in. But then I'll see where I gotta be, because only 6 days later I'm gonna have to weigh in again, something like that. It's 16th, 26th, yeah. Something like 6, 8 days later, I'm gonna have to weigh in again, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford to be able to eat for 4 days, unless I keep it really low, like just maybe like 12 ounces of a ribeye steak a day for 4 days, which, by the way, is filled with vitamins, minerals, healthy animal protein, 80-20 fat to protein ratio, and just right on the money of just the same ratios as when your body is just burning its own body fat. So it's kind of like fasting, but you get to eat. So I might do something like that. I'm going to be watching my weight more carefully, more daily next week than I normally do, because like on this 4 days off, I didn't really need to weigh myself. Although I weighed myself every morning just to make sure I was sticking around where I want to be, which I was. So I'm like, okay, don't eat too much and you'll be right there at the end of the day. And I was. And it's like, okay, don't eat too much. Go for a walk, go for a run, work out. You'll stay where you want to be. And I did. So I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling wealthy. I'm feeling happy. And I want to make some more videos. Maybe I'll have the happy series coming up. What is happiness? What makes people happy? Is happiness even a worthy endeavor? I mean, it feels great to be happy, but you got to be able to weather the storms too. Nobody has a perfect marriage, and I'm preparing myself for my lovely Filipina, who's gonna be here sooner than I know it. I just have a feeling, and I want to lay the foundation of a healthy Zach, so that I can bring a healthy Zach into a healthy marriage, and that will help the marriage succeed. And she's got her head screwed on tighter than any woman I've ever met, so I'm not even concerned with her. It's like, Zach, you're the only one that can mess this up at this point, so let's not do it. So let's just be healthy, wealthy, happy. In Jesus' name, I pray. Jesus loves you. I love you. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode.